It was 4:30 a.m. on April 12, 1861. Confederate troops fired at Fort Summers in South Carolina's Charleston Harbor. Less than 34 hours later, Union forces surrendered. Traditionally, this event has been used as the mark of the beginning of Civil War. Flintlocks, musket loaders with smooth bores, ball musket loaders with rifled barrels, percussion cap loaders, single-shot breech loaders, carbine rifles, roadblock lever action rifles were all used in the Civil War. Now, ammunition from then was no different from the ammunition we have to date. The Civil War repeating rifles and carbines used in the year 1861 and 1865. The Hall Rifle M18-19, the Smith Carbine M18-57, the Pattern Enfield 1853 model, the Whitworth Rifle P1857. They also used the Springfield model 1861, and the Sharps rifle, the M1862 carbine, the Spencer repeating rifle 1860, the Lorenz rifle M1854, the Burnside carbine P1836, and last but not least, the Henry rifle M1860. Lincoln led the nation through the American Civil War. Some cool history about the first Republican president and his affinity for firearms and marksmanship. The Henry M1860, the Spencer repeating rifle carbine, and the Springfield musket breech loader were his favorite rifles. Introducing the spirit of Legion's weapon history. Umarex Legends lever action Cowboy air rifle kicks up to velocities up to 600 feet per second. Now this thing comes with 10 brass BB cartridges, a single shot lever action system, two 12-gram CO2 powered system, and steel BB and pellet capability. Now this thing holds at least 10 rounds in the lever action ejection system. This thing is a replica with a synthetic stock, not wood. And as you can see, everything that comes with the product is definitely quality. So go ahead and look at the specs of this beautiful concept. So if you're new to the airgun world, want to know how my air guns last me so long? These are the three products that I usually use for CO2s. Premium grade BBs with Daisy, Pelgun oil from Crossman, and Powerlit CO2s. Doesn't really matter what brand, just make sure you use Pelgun oil when you use those cartridges. Welcome back, ASR subscribers, to another quick, awesome unboxing. If you haven't subscribed, I highly suggest you do. If not, you'll be missing out on the content. To all my subscribers, please like, please share the content. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. It couldn't be done without you guys. To all the newcomers, make sure you hit that notification bell just in case you don't get my videos when they drop. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. All right, so we have the pamphlets. I highly suggest you read each and every one of these. The FPS, pretty much at 600. Some more warranty. Don't forget about your warranty. We also have the owner operations manual. I highly suggest you read the manual. This is a really important manual. They tell you all the ins and outs of their air guns. Now, I know you're probably tired of hearing this, but make sure you use Pelgun oil. That's the care part. They don't mention probably the Pelgun oil because obviously it's a different company, but all I've used was Pelgun oil, and it works. So the description is all the way down to safety instructions. You get that on the Umarex pamphlet, manual, etc. Now to the good part. Just to let you guys know, I did not receive these inside the packaging. I ordered these apart from the rifle. So me, obviously, putting my thinking cap on, I thought to myself, this only shoots BBs, and it's a smooth bore. And pretty much the pellet, the capsules are pretty much compatible with a Peacemaker SAA. So this model's a Umarex. It uses the same cartridges. You just have to order these. I ordered them. You can pretty much use the same brass ones, but to tell the difference in the ammunition, I wanted to use these just for pellets, so I can pretty much tell by the nickel coating that these are pellets for me. So they're designed specifically for pellets, not for BBs, but the cartridges look exactly the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the extra cartridges. Actually, these are the original cartridges that come with the product. As you can see, they're pretty much identical. Same size, same look. I just want to identify these as pellet and identify these as BBs. So when I'm having fun, these are the ones that I want to take out just to plink, have fun. And, you know, for other issues, maybe hunting. I don't know. The FPS on this is 600 at velocity. I don't know what kind of potential this thing has, but we're going to be checking out the FPS on the chronograph and etc. All right. So there we have it. Such a gorgeous rifle. All right, so here we go. The awesome, beautiful replica of the Winchester 1892, 1894. The list goes on. To some of you collectors, just in case you want to know, let's go over some of the details and functions of this awesome carbine. Now, the receiver is definitely made out of metal. The rest of the function parts are pretty much made out of metal. The iron sights are made out of metal. As you can see, the stock is not made out of wood, but it's pretty much close to the real thing. As you can see, it's made out of synthetic stock. The lever action is made out of metal. The trigger is made out of metal, along with the sling mount. The functional hammer, it's made out of metal as well. This is a pretty awesome feature. You can pretty much, when you do fire this thing, make sure you clasp this perfectly for it to fire, because there's a pin, as you can see, located right there, and you will have difficulties trying to set back that hammer back into position if you do not clasp this properly. We also do have a safety function. Once you apply the safety, you cannot apply the hammer. The awesome serrated diamond cut features that are on the hammer are pretty nice, pretty cool. The sight, which is rear, it's not adjustable to windage, just elevation. So pretty much it tells you that it's pretty accurate rifle within a certain amount of distance. We also have that beautiful brass front sight. It's an awesome feature that comes with the model. Now guys, this thing can hold up to a 10-round capacity. I'm gonna turn this thing around. I'm gonna show you how to load the shells. So the replica carbine has a 10-round capacity. I will show you how to load the shells. Now I do have the brass shells. Stick them in there just like that. And then I also have the nickel-plated shell, which is the pellet shell, and I'm gonna show you that they function. Make sure, this is really important, that's why we go over the functions. Make sure you take the safety off. You know how we apply the safety, because the lever will not break, nor the hammer will cock back. So you have to take it off safety. All right, that's an awesome feature, dead on replica, dead on design, very awesome, well done by Umarex. So we load it up, eject the first shell, load it up again, eject the second shell. So as you can see, the functions are awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and show you where you can install the CO2 cartridges. All right, so this is the CO2 access point. It's pretty much in the buttstock. So you want to go ahead and twist this thing to the left, and you can see it pop out just a bit, and that gives you a signal that is ready to come out. So basically this is a CO2 shaft. You stick that Allen wrench in there, left loosey, righty tighty. So this is the CO2 shaft, the way you see it come out, the way it goes in. So make sure you use pelgun oil on both of your cartridges. It takes 2 cartridges. And as you can see, there's a seal automatically here. You want to probably add a little bit of pelgun oil, smooth it out, and get ready to insert your CO2 cartridges. So you put your pelgun oil on top of the cartridges, just like it. One goes in this way, and the other one goes just like that. All right, that's pretty much how that goes. Make sure you got those CO2 cartridges correctly. All right, put your shaft back in. Make sure your shaft is completely screwed in, okay? Because if you don't have it screwed all the way in, nice and tight and snug, this will be sticking out and it won't allow you to install your butt back in. So make sure you fasten that really nice. Don't over tighten it. I don't want you to basically mess up your threads or anything like that. So you screw it back nicely. Enough to where it meets the criteria to stop. Put that back in. And shabam, she's ready to fire. Now, I want to make sure I go over this feature as well. You notice that there's a pin here, right? This thing will not fire the hammer with the trigger if that's not clasped together. Notice how I clasp on the lever. You see that pin go up, and then she'll be able to fire. That's another feature that you just need to watch out for. But dead on replica, awesome model. Now, let's go have some fun out in the chronograph and accuracy test. All right, guys, time for the chronograph testing. To all you subscribers, you already know, we're using Hypermax alloy pellets 5.2 to try to get the full potential FPS. And then we're gonna be using some Daisy BBs. Let's go ahead and turn on the chronograph and try to crunch some numbers. First 3 shots will be with pellets. Muzzle velocity. Now it's time for the BB. Error. .611. All right, not too bad of some numbers. Now it's time for the accuracy test. Welcome back to the range, guys. Now we're going to be doing the accuracy test. If you haven't liked or subscribed, I highly suggest that you do. Each one of these stones represents 10 steps. We're going to start at 10, 20, and then 30. So let's get this thing going. All right, guys, I'm going to go over a little tip on how to have more consistent follow-up shots. So basically, you're out, you're hunting, you got your eye on the game, bam, fire. You don't want to keep your eye off, don't want to take your rifle down to reload, just do this. fire again. That's it. Not bad, very consistent. And let's go ahead and put some pellets down range. All right, guys, finally we made it to the accuracy test. We're going to be using some Norma 8.4 grain dome pellets. They're pretty accurate, 177 caliber. We're going to be taking 3 shots at 10, 3 shots at 20, and 3 shots at 30. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Don't want to lose these shells. So far, dead on. This thing has got pretty good potential. One more shot. We're looking at money. All right, let's step back. Right around there. I'll be showing you the target in just a second. All right, had a brass check it just real quick. All right, pick these 2 up. One more. Move back. We're pretty far away this time. All right. More. All right, let's go look at the target. Not bad at all. Has some really good potential. All right, guys, if you're a subscriber, you know what time it is. Time to test out that trigger. So let's go ahead and cock that thing back. 2.4 on the first one. Reset it. Reset the trigger. The hammer, as a matter of fact. 2.4. One more try. And a 2.2. Amazing. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and measure the overall length of this whole concept. 37 3/4. Not bad at all. Well, guys, let's go ahead and step this thing on the scale and see how much it weighs. All right, guys, time to step it up on the scale. The Umarex Legends Cowboy Rifle. All right, so we're pretty much calling it 6 pounds. So it's a little over 5.5 pounds. Not bad. Very decent weight. All right, guys, my final thoughts on the Umarex Legends lever action cowboy air rifle. One thing that I really love about this concept is that I can basically use, the shells are very versatile. So I can use these on a Colt Peacemaker. One thing that I really love about them as well is that you can stick any size of pellet in there, not any caliber, any size. Some pellets are longer than others, and some models only can take so long pellets on their rotary magazines. Some rifles have small magazines and you can only fit flathead pellets, and it's not versatile to almost any pellet. Just about any pellet you can stick in here as long as it's a 177, because all pellets are not the same length. So another thing that I really love about them is that you can stick BBs and pellets on both of these cartridges. That's another versatility. Like I said, it's a smooth bore, not a rifle, so you will not be messing anything up. The box doesn't mention anything about pellets, so that's just something that I had to use my brain about. So another thing that I kind of really not like about this rifle is the stock. The butt stock is a very small youth stock, but you have to understand this is a small carbine and they were riding on horsebacks. So just shortening the stock will help with better mobility in that time. And even to this day, it's still very useful. Another thing that I've noticed, it didn't have a rail Picatinny or any dovetail rail mount for scopes or anything like that. And that's okay, because just like the M1 Garand, it has just iron sights. And speaking of the iron sights, it doesn't have any windage. So you can tell if a rifle doesn't have any windage, you can tell it's a pretty much accurate rifle. And as you can see, 10 steps, 20 steps, 30 steps, this rifle was dead on. So this is a very awesome mechanism, and I can't really figure out anything else wrong with this concept. The versatility of the shells, that's just one thing. So I hope you understood about the shells and the versatility, because that's the main focus, and the replica of this beautiful model was the main focus. And another focus was the iron sights, that I don't have to attach anything to this beautiful concept, because it's just beautiful and very, very accurate and very powerful the way it is. Now 650 feet per second, you have to think that if a vigilante crossman can pretty much take out a small rabbit or something like that, then this can as well. So you can see the potential of hunting with this thing. I wouldn't go anything higher. I wouldn't probably even try to shoot a squirrel just about a certain distance. And you have to figure out that which pellet is more penetrable for that type of game, since it's very tough. Well, guys, that's another story for all that. Let me go ahead and show you the accuracy one more time. There you have it. So guys, what do you like about this air rifle? Go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Please like, please subscribe to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing, hanging in there. God bless each and every one of you, all the veterans. Thank you so much for doing what you do. God bless each and every one of you, and long live the Republic. Until next time on Airstream.